what's your name?
Sharon.
Sharon. Nice to meet you. So how long you been living here?
14 years.
14 years?
Yeah.
Okay. So you live in a tent?
Yes, I live in a tent.
Which side?
I live over a little ways from underneath the 5. They're making us move.
Okay.
Yeah, under the 5 freeway. Yeah, in a tent.
How long you been living in the tent?
14 years.
14 years? Oh.
Yeah, 14.
You've been homeless for 14 years?
For 14 years, yeah.
Okay. So what about over here? How long?
Over here, I have different camps everywhere, but here under this bridge, maybe 2 years.
Okay. What is it like to be in the tent?
Well, for a girl, it's if you don't have like a dog. I have a dog. If you don't have like some kind of protection, it's kind of scary, but you know, get used to it.
You're by yourself with the dog?
Yes, yeah, me and my dog. I have a half bull mastiff, half boxer dog. She's my whole life.
So they can actually protect you, huh?
Oh yes, oh yes.
So you have a family, Sharon?
Yes, I do.
So where are they?
My family is in Northern California by Fresno and Visalia, but I have no contact with them.
Don't you miss them?
My dad, yeah. Yeah, I miss my dad.
What makes you not to contact them?
Embarrassment.
Oh, they don't know that you're homeless yet?
He does, but he doesn't know where. It's more, I had a bad marriage and I was too ashamed to go home.
Oh, okay.
And I ended up out here.
But they might miss you a lot, you know? Maybe this is just how you feel. I mean,
I'm too ashamed.
do you have any, health issue?
No.
Or any alcohol and
No,
drug?
no. I smoke cigarettes, that's about it.
Yeah. So, how do you manage, for a living?
Huh?
How do you manage, for a living here?
What do you mean?
Like
What do I do to get money?
Yeah, I think so.
I work the ramp. Like me and my friend, we work the ramp. We sit on the ramp and hold a sign that says "homeless and hungry." We only make enough to get something to eat and drink and dog food and stuff for the day. It isn't something that It's just to get by. Because we don't do nothing against the law. We don't do nothing illegal or nothing.
Yeah. People usually have a stereotype toward the homeless people.
Yes, they do.
Which are very negative. Do you have any opinion on that?
On the stereotyping?
Yeah. So if you want to tell them,
one messes it up for everybody. One person that does something out of like robs or steals or something, does something bad, and then they look at us all that way.
Right.
But it's usually not all of us are like that. No.
So how do you describe yourself as one of them? So.
Yeah, I am homeless, but I'm not a criminal.
Right.
No way. And there's a lot of us out here that are homeless and not criminals.
Right. So in your case, how did you end up to be homeless?
Bad marriage.
Bad marriage? Can you explain a little bit about it?
I'd rather not.
Was it abusive?
Huh? It was a very abusive, yes.
Yeah?
Yes. Yeah, very abusive. I was married for 8 years. Very, very abusive.
So, I guess, so you are still struggling with the emotional needs, right?
Yes, and it's hard. Now it's getting even worse with all the publicity of the OC Weekly. They did an interview with some girls down here, and that's why all these people came out here.
Right. I've noticed that some of people here in the tent, they have a health issue. Also, they have a mental issue.
Yeah.
You could be the one of them as a victim, right? So,
a victim,
do you
yes.
think you guys needed some support, like some continuous, treatment by?
Yes.
Maybe,
definitely.
Like a counselor.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then. Restrooms. You guys need a restroom because
yes,
you're
definitely.
living out.
Porta potties or
yeah,
that would be a plus. Porta potties.
Because most people just keep the distance from homeless people because they think it's just you guys are dangerous. You do some drugs.
No. Okay, I'm not saying all of us.
I
mean, all of us aren't bad people. There's just very few, maybe, you know, a handful that are that you wouldn't want to go around, and those we put ourselves away from them. So they're in a class. They're somewhere by themselves because we don't associate with those kind of people out here. We try to stick together. You know, not all of us get along, but for the most part, we're not criminals. No, there's only a few of us. Few that,
You know, usually we see from people from outside. Usually we see homeless, you know, alone on the street, right? So that's how we see. But then you think you guys want to be associated with others, so you want to stay together instead of being alone.
out here on the riverbed, it's pretty much, you know, people are so stereotyped. They're so mean. Some people are just very rude. I mean, it's like, wow, you know, you don't even know me as a person, and I'm not, you know, I shower I bird bath every day if I can't shower. I don't, you know, I try to keep up my appearance, and they still think that you're the worst person that ever, and it's hard to even go out there because they know who you are now.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that. What do you have any suggestion to break it? You know, to have not to have this gap
I mean,
between.
there's really this is not our. I mean, we can't really think that this is going to be our home. You know, for you know,
It's
permanent,
a temporarily.
temporary solution.
It's generally
to
for
a,
everyone. Yeah.
You
This
know,
is
and
not a
I mean, there's so
permanent
many of us
home.
now. I couldn't tell you what the solution would be because it's just way out of control. So
Right.
many.
Too bad that people judge others by their look or their background, right?
And we're
Physical way.
yeah, you know, guilty of association. It's like, you know, if you're next to something that's bad, then they think you're bad.
Right.
And it's not the case. It's not the case.
Uh-huh.
I'm not saying that there isn't bad ones out here. I'm not saying that, but for the most part, pretty much all these people, like over here, are good. You know.
Yeah, since you've been in a very low situation, right? So what have you been learning? Like, probably,
Oh wow.
yeah.
See, I came from a situation where I had a lot of money. My husband had a lot of money, and I didn't want for much.
You didn't have
Never
love,
take
right?
anything for granted.
Uh-huh.
That's what I've learned now. Not to take, again, going to having a bathroom. I mean, getting up in the morning and getting a glass of milk out of the refrigerator, being able to go to the bathroom on a regular toilet. I mean, wash it. No, I don't. No, I don't. I mean, it's just taking a lot for granted. I've learned, you know.
So you're saying money cannot buy love.
No.
No.
Money's the root of all evil.
So in a way, it's you have a peace in here.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, in a sense, yes. Because I mean, where I was, money hides all of it. Money hid all the little, you know.
Yeah, money makes people ugly sometimes.
Sometimes, yes, it does, very much so. But out here, you don't have money, so you can't hide. Can't hide behind your money.
But even if you can live here peacefully, right, without money.
Yes.
But people in the world, or people with the
It's just
system, they
sometimes
cannot let you have this freedom.
Yeah,
That's sad.
well, you know, I mean, really, you know, does anybody really want this to be their home, living out here like this? I don't think so. I don't think so.
Do you have any hope? Do you have any dreams,
I
as
have
you
a lot
say?
of hope.
Can you share?
My dreams are to work with animals. I love animals.
Huh?
My dream is to work with animals. I love animals.
Oh, you want to work with animals?
Yeah, I love it. That's my passion. That's what keeps me getting up every morning, and it's just knowing, you know, animals, they love you unconditionally. They don't judge you.
Have you tried a job with animals?
Well, now it's been so long since I've been out here. I don't know.
Is it possible that for you to, you know, get a job and then, you know?
Well, okay. It's not impossible if somebody would take somebody who hasn't had a job in 14 years.
Oh.
You know what I mean? It's like, okay, I mean, you sure, but then they find out you're homeless, or were homeless, or trying to get off your ground, and they just, you know, they think you're a criminal or something.
Okay. It's stereotype again, right?
Yes, very much so.
Then is there a way that you don't have to say that you are homeless, though?
On the application, I wouldn't want to lie about it.
Oh, yes.
You know, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to tell God's honest truth.
Right.
Because that way, you know, the truth will set you free.
So what is the most things you need over here to live?
Lights, batteries, and blankets. I mean,
Restroom.
yeah, porta potties would be nice, where they.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't do that. And trash cans. Yes, big trash cans. So you can put your trash in trash cans, and it's not all over the place. That's
let's say if they put some portable restroom or the trash can here, and then they
dump it. Yeah.
You think that people in here will really take care of their trash into the trash
Oh
cans?
yes.
And
well, I know. I would enforce it.
They can take care of you well.
Yeah, I would enforce it, and most people out here would that have any. There's some that there's no hope for them. They're just a messy pig. But you have to enforce it. You just have to enforce your own. And it would be a must if that happened in the restroom. Oh, it would be a lot better.
Right, and the shower, right?
Well, shower. I mean, how can they really shower out here? But I mean, the water. You can get water
If
anywhere.
someone donate some facility like that, if government can do that, that'd be wonderful. But it can't be possible,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, then that would be.
The reality doesn't happen. Doesn't mean that it never happened.
I know miracles happen every day.
Yes, there is God. He's in control. So.
Yes, you're right.
So back to the light at night.
Yeah.
Because it's dark and what do you usually do? I mean,
Well, okay.
you just go to bed.
Go canning or go canning and get cans for money. That way. I don't know, just different things. So just go to bed like normal people.
Oh yeah. Okay. It's just a lifestyle out here, just to make people.
You have to have a different lifestyle because
nothing actually. Yeah, that makes other people think they are lazy, right? You guys have a very little source.
There's some people out here that work. I mean, I get up in the morning from 6 o'clock. I'm up early, and from 6 o'clock till the sun goes down, I am hustling, trying to get everything I need so I'm comfortable when I go to bed. No, it is no. It ain't about being lazy. There's a few that are, hey, but hey, that's on you.
Just kind of like let's say we are in this modern time, okay? Here in the United States, all the technologies, right? Very rich country. But then here's something very ironic. People like you, people who has less, unfortunate, just like people in a poor country that they don't have many sources, like no lights, no water. Because this is from my own experience, okay?
Yeah.
I visited some part of Philippines many years ago as a mission trip, and I visited these people on the highland, high mountain, okay? They don't have water. They dig the water from the well, and this is a very high mountain, very, you can say, rocky mountain. And they have to go get the water, and then they have no light. So kind of like after 5 or 6 p.m., everything's dark, no light. So I was wondering what they usually do. No batteries.
Flashlights.
Okay, no. So I was wondering how they live, and then pretty much they cannot do anything after dinner. They just had to go to bed,
Yeah,
that's how I felt. Like you guys, the same thing. I mean, you have no lights
pretty much.
here.
But a lot of us have headlights. We're unfortunate. Fortunately, we have, we have flashlights and batteries that, and people they come out here and they give flashlights, they give batteries. And they donate that stuff.
Yeah, those are not expensive, Dollar store that you can buy them.
A Dollar Tree has batteries
for 4 of
and a
them.
light.
Yeah. See, look at the people who I visited. They were living in a very isolated area. Not many people go there, so they have a hard time to get the sources for a living. You guys, look at around you.
We have a lot.
These people can help you. Just small little things, to help you out.
But okay. Yes, but 95% of all these people, they don't like us.
Why? Why do you think so?
And they think we're criminals. They stereotype
Why they don't like homeless? What do you think of it?
I don't.
Why do you think that they don't like you guys?
They think we're criminals.
I see you that you're very friendly and very
They don't see that. They just see one person doing something bad, and they think we're all doing that.
Yeah. So. Hello. Oh no. That's your daughter?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. She lives down here too?
My street daughter.
Oh yeah, you made a family, huh? That's
Yeah.
good. So, you have friends here?
Yeah, I have friends, and most of them I can really, say they're family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you feel comfortable? You feel safe? With other
Oh
people?
yes.
'Cause,
I mean, you wouldn't feel safe if you were by yourself. Now, you have to have
Really?
a group of you. Yeah.
You
I
know-
mean, what girl would feel safe by herself, all by herself? No girl would. Now,
Wait a
guys,
minute,
different.
Shannon, that I used to live in an apartment, okay?
Uh-huh.
There are a bunch of people live together, and then I didn't feel safe around them. But
Right.
now you're living with a bunch of strangers in the tents.
Well, they're not strangers. I've been out here with them for a long time.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not. No. Now the strangers are the ones over there. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
associate
You're talking about
with them.
outside.
I don't associate. With
Okay. So it's like two different words here. By the way, so you're saying people in the tents, they're mostly by themselves. They're not with the
Well, they
families
have either
mostly.
a partner, a pet, or
Yeah, but they're not really kind of like
that. There's a group of them.
so they're not really isolated. They like
No.
to get to know each other.
Yeah.
Oh, that's something not knowing is a homeless. What people usually think. So homeless people, they like to get along each other, and they want to be socialized.
Yes. Well, yeah, for
Yeah.
the most part. So it's boring. I mean, it's kind of lonely to not have friends and no one to talk to, and some of them help you, boost your self-esteem.
Yeah.
And it's always good to have a friend. Let's go do this together. Whatever.
So people like me, like who are visiting, so people are welcome there. Do they like people come and talk to them? Because I was the first time when I started this film, you guys, I wasn't sure if people here in the tent will welcome me or they will just kind of
Some you're going to have problems with, yes,
Yeah.
because some of them are just not, they just don't, because we've been treated so bad, they're just like standoffish.
Right. They have broken
Now,
hearts.
you just got to come across the right one.
So,
And
yeah.
if you come across the right one, then that one can bring you into the ones you want to talk to. Because they know us and they know that we're not going to bring someone, if you know me, then I can, you know what I mean? If you know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes time, and
Yeah.
then we have to talk so we can know each other.
Yeah.
Just from far distance, it will never happen to get to know each other. Hold on. Is there anything else you want to say to improve the relationship between people outside
Just that we're not
and the people
we're not all of us are criminals,
here?
and I'm not saying get to know us because there's no way, and that's crazy. But just don't stereotype. It's just one person is messing it up for all of us, and it's not right.
Right.
And just
in general, people outside think homeless people they are the people in need, which is true. But you guys, they feel a burden. Okay, so they don't want to come.
Burden.
But there must be burden.
I don't know how would somebody be? How would somebody coming in be a burden?
Well, because they're mostly stereotype of homeless people, so
Yeah.
they just don't feel comfortable about it to get close. By the way, so
That's sad.
I believe everybody has potentials, okay? Even though you don't have much, you know what I'm saying? Some people can be, smart with the math. Some people be smart with art, something like that. Everybody has a different gifts.
Yeah.
So probably
Street
you
smart.
guys can have some potentials, something the people outside don't have or less that you can share. What is it can be? Is there something you can contribute to others? Like you can be good encourager, you can be good
Yeah,
understand. You can be really good. What's the word? You can be a good listener. I don't know.
Oh yeah, listen. Yeah, of course. I can.
What is the good thing about you guys? Or something? It might be not materialistic things.
helping each other, helping someone. If they're in
You guys
need.
have a heart.
Yes.
Yeah?
In need.
Yeah.
In need. Someone in need. There might be one or two that might not help, but anyone in need, we're going to help them, even if we don't know them. That's just wrong to think that we wouldn't. We're human beings, just like we're just homeless, and it's crazy to think that we're anything different than they are. we're just homeless. We just don't have a home like they do, or an apartment, or a trailer. You know, there's no difference. We're not crazy. Some of us are. This place out here, being out here, made them crazy. They weren't before they came out here, and I mean, it's just wrong to think that like we're monsters, like we're some kind of different, like an alien outer space. It's not the case. We're just like any normal person out there. We just don't have a home, and we're not criminals. Some of us have college educations. Come on. I mean, we're just like anyone else. We just happen to have bad luck run our way, and I guess you settle and you get comfortable and you settle where you're safe. When you get comfortable, you don't want to move. You know what I mean? And that's just
Mainly, I think the difference between people outside who has homes or who has more than what you guys have, and you guys, it's a money issue. Okay, money buys a house,
well,
right?
of course, yeah, but
All
it's
that. You guys don't have money, so obviously you're on the street. So money cannot make us people happy.
No.
Then probably a lot of you try to get out of this situation, right?
Yes.
Nobody wants to be looked
Nobody
down,
wants
right?
to be here. I'm gonna
Then
grow up and be
what is
homeless.
it you think makes it difficult for you guys, get out from this life,
You know, to tell you the truth, it's the community.
The community?
Yeah.
Why you say that?
And people that just bring you down and bring you down. I mean, on a daily basis, they're just, they just think of us as like an alien from outer space. I don't know. That's a hard question to answer.
Did you try to? Yeah, I thought that was difficult. By the way, did you try to get a help, like after what happened to you, like
You mean
your
my
abusive relationship?
counseling?
Yeah, I mean, because it's like you got hurt. When you get injured, then you have to go see doctor to get some treatment, right?
understand.
To get better. And then it's a mental thing, all these emotional thing, and the financial thing.
I just never thought about it. It just something I just ran from. Maybe I'm running from my own self. I don't know. I never thought about getting counseling. Why should I get counseling when I tell some stranger my problems?
Because you cannot. I mean, this is extreme difficulties, and the whole society is not really supporting you. It seems like it's a little bit you are out of the system.
Yeah.
So
well, now that
you
I've
need
been
help.
out of it for so long, I'm going to fight for it because these people, it's sad to have somebody just because you're homeless, just like be mean and cruel and throw things at you and call you names, and it's horrible. It's like,
do you want to go back to your regular lifestyle, like
no, never. Not
paying the
saying,
rent and all that?
well, that's different. Yeah, that yes, but I would never want to go back to having a lot of money because it ruined my whole life.
Right. Also, back to your family situation, right? Back to your family. I know how you feel about it, but then think about family members who might be really, really miss you badly. It can be harsh for them too, So. Do you know the Bible? There's a Bible story. The prodigal son. The son left home with everything. He wasted everything of his dad, and then when he lost everything, could be like your situation, right? He was thinking about going back to his dad's home, who has everything, right? But then he didn't want to go back because he felt so bad, for his dad. He felt guilt. He felt ashamed, like maybe, about the same feelings you might have towards your family. But he decided to go back anyways, to have the relationship to be right. So he went back, and then his dad accepted him. Everything was recovered, everything was restored. Most of all, he got the family back. So why don't you try though,
I don't want to talk about that.
Okay, that's all right. Let's think about it. Yeah. Family, that's what it's for, to help each other.
Want to talk about.
By the way, so anything you want to say before
No.
closing? Okay. But thank you so much, Shannon. You did a great job. I appreciate it.